All right, Mandy, it's time for another Podkinz, and I'm really excited about this episode.
Well, I am so excited too, Michael, because of course, we've been introducing these DIY sort of crafting items, right? And here's a brand new one.
Yeah, it's a DIY divider. So during a recent episode of Podkinz, I showed a spring cafe that I built using this year's Milk Chocolate Egg prizes, and I wanted to sort of sneak peek these new dividers. And so I added one to the room design there. You can see it in the top corner. There's a bubble blower and a pedal plushie on it. Yeah, the way that these work is that we've added this new divider to the DIY section of the W shop. And when you combine a divider with a can of wall paint and a design ticket on the clothing machine, you can make a divider that you can display in your pet's room, which is really exciting.
Oh, I think players are going to love this. They'll be able to build walls in rooms that match the existing walls. This is such a cool idea.
Yeah, and we're also going to have special DIY divider event that's going to be taking place. The first one's going to run from May 6th to 13th, but I'll explain all this and show you how this works in just a minute. Mandy, at the end of the episode, we're giving away a Webkinz Newz KinzCash Coin as a reminder to log in during News Week, which runs from April 23rd to 29th, and also, of course, Webkinz Day, right, which happens on the 29th.
Exactly. Of course, April is our run-up to Webkinz Day, and people can look for the Kiwi Floaty Clicky, and there will be events during Newsweek. So yeah, this is a great opportunity to get a KinzCash Coin early, but there will be lots of fun things to do in the run-up to Webkinz Day.
Yeah, and actually on Webkinz Day itself, we're going to start a week-long deluxe preview. So if you are not deluxe member, you can log in throughout the whole week and sort of get a feel of what it's like to be a deluxe member. You can see all these events on our April event calendar, which is available at Webkinz Newz, and you can also link to the event calendar from the Things to Do menu. So Mandy, why don't we jump onto my account right now and I'll explain everything you need to know about these new DIY dividers.
Okay.
The Inside Scoop.
All right, Mandy. So here we are in my pet's bedroom. And as you can see, I've used purple wall paint here. And so I'm going to show you how you can add room dividers to this room to really bring it to the next level. So you can find these new DIY dividers in the W shop. Okay, so I'm going to open up the W shop. I'm going to click on the fun stuff section of the shop, and you'll see the DIY section right here. Now, as you can see, we've moved all the wall paints into this section of the W shop.
But when you say we've moved it, you can find it in both, right?
That's true. That's true. Yeah, we've actually, you can still find them in the decorations section under walls, but you can also find them here. We just wanted to group everything together to make it easy for you. So you'll have to you can select any of these wall paints. I'm going to pick the deep purple wall paint because that is the same color that I've used on my walls. So let me purchase one of those. And now here you'll also need a design ticket, a DIY design ticket to use on the clothing machine. And you'll also need a DIY divider. Now you can see it right here. And these DIY dividers only work with a DIY design ticket and a can of wall paint. You know, we've released the DIY dyes and the tie dyes in the past. Those are completely separate. Tie dyes can only be used on the clothing here that feature a little tie-dye bottle. That's how you know you can use the tie-dye. And the furniture pieces here can only be dyed using DIY dyes. And that's why we have that little bottle here. And of course, on the new DIY divider, we have a paint can symbol. So
it's really important for people to remember that, right? Because otherwise you lose your ticket if you mix the wrong things, because it'll just make a random item, right?
Exactly. You don't want to waste any of your dyes. So now, as you can see, the DIY divider has been added to my dock. And if I wanted a white divider to use in a room design, I can just use the DIY divider. I wouldn't have to dye it at all. And all I would need to do is drag and drop it into my room. And you can see here, there are these DIY dividers, which is great. So, or you can use any of those wall paints that I showed you in the DIY design section of the W shop. You can use those paints to paint this white divider. And so I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Of course, Mandy, you dye or paint these dividers at the KinzStyle Outlet, right?
Right. You use the clothing machine, which is sort of like a giant crafting machine that will mix up these different furniture or clothing. And now these dividers, which is a really cool way to craft new items in Webkinz.
Yes. So there's the link to the clothing machine right there. When you click on it, the clothing machine is going to open. You'll see those 3 slots. And what you need to do is take one of the DIY dividers, add it to the machine. You take a design ticket, add that to the machine, and then you take any can of wall paint to add it to the machine as well. And of course, I picked that deep purple wall paint, so I'll add it there as well. And when I click the Make It button, my new freshly painted DIY divider will be added to my dock. And there it is. Yeah. So now let's jump back to my room and I'll show you how it looks. The cool thing about these dividers actually is the fact that you can display items on top of them. And that really adds to a room design. So I will show you how to do that. Yeah.
I love that because, normally we can place stuff on top of, tables and things, but it's really cool that you're able to put them up high now with these dividers. I love that too. That's why I think people will love creating new walls, but also they'll love the fact that they can place stuff on top. That's so cool.
For sure. So there you go. I've added 2 of those purple room dividers to my room.
Amazing. I love it.
Yeah, it matches the walls perfectly, which is great. And so now, as you said, we can display items on top of the wall. So let me show you that. I think I have a few plushies here to display. So yeah, here's an owl statue. I believe this was from Fall Fest, but all you have to do is add it right to the top. Here's a goober plushie that I can add. And actually flowers really look good on that surface as well. Let me see.
Yeah, I bet plants would be really nice to put up there. You can have a whole line of plants up there. And
absolutely. There you go. The plushies and the plants look great. I like this one actually. It's a pickleberry bear. Let me add that. He looks great up there as well.
I really think people are going to have so much fun dividing their spaces. It's so cool.
Yeah, there you go. I could see, players creating toy shops or flower shops and displaying things on the top shelf.
I know a lot of us, like me, I like to find ways to sort of wall off a little bathroom area when I'm building my pet's room. So, we try and find creative ways to divide rooms, but this is just going to make it really straightforward. You can just build a little bathroom in the corner. You can
exactly.
Your kitchen from your living room, and it'll all look really seamless because it all match your wall color.
So I should mention they're great to use to display items, but sometimes you might have to rotate a wall to the other side for items to appear properly. I'll use this one as an example. So now I've set this up on an angle in the room. And if I take, say, this lantern, for example, I want to add the top of the divider. It sort of looks like it's balancing halfway off the divider. It's not sitting properly. It's not being displayed well. So all I need to do in order for this to be displayed properly is take the wall divider and just rotate it to the other side. Okay, the wall divider doesn't take up the full tile footprint, so we have to offset it to one side. And so items are going to appear better when the wall is rotated in one direction. So there you go. That now the lamp appears fully on shelf. And actually some items don't look bad on each rotation. So I find plush actually really look nice on the wall in any rotation because it appears as if they're sitting. So now this one, it's sitting perfectly in the center of the room divider. But if I rotate it and add the plushie again, it almost looks like that the plushie is sitting right along the edge of the wall. I'll show you. Whoops. Rotate. Tab Yvonne Meow. There you go. So that is the opposite direction, but it looks like she's sitting right on the edge. Actually, some plushies look better than others. So for example, I think this goober one actually looks really nice on this rotation as if he's sitting on the edge of the wall. Let me take a look. So I'll add goober. I think he works well. When I rotate him, he looks like he's just sitting right on the edge of the divider. So, I mean, you're going to have to play around with the dividers a little bit. You don't have to display items on top of the divider, and that gives you a lot of freedom to place them wherever you'd like. So, the new DIY divider is currently available in the W shop, so you can start your room designs today. Mandy, I'd also like to mention that we have special DIY divider events that will be taking place in Webkinz, and our first one is going to happen from May 6th to 13th. It's a Saturday to a Saturday. During these events, you're actually going to be able to collect unique cans of wall paint. So if you see a white can of wall paint floating across your screen during one of these events, click on it and you're going to be awarded a special can of wall paint. And these cans of wall paint are actually associated with specific room themes. So during our first event, you're going to be able to collect cans of beach house wall paint, mega modern wall paint, and cafe wall paint. And you dye the dividers using these 3 special wall paint the same way as I just showed you, and you can create a wall divider that matches the specific room theme associated with the new can of paint. So I've actually built 3 rooms using these new wall paints, Mandy, and I'd like to show you them as a special sneak peek for our DIY divider event.
Even though they're called wall paint in this instant, it's technically like they're building a divider that matches the wallpaper, and they're
exactly.
So cool. They are my favorite things. I have to say, look how amazing that looks.
Yeah, look at this. So this is a cafe divider.
That wall is going to be used everywhere, Michael.
For sure.
I can't wait.
For sure. There you go. Added it to the room. I've actually added 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the 5th one. And things should really display well on this one here. I don't know why you'd have a lantern in a cafe, but I just wanted to add one.
Lanterns are fun to have anywhere. They're a great item.
That's true. So I mentioned we have 3 wall paints that you can collect only during this DIY event running from May 6th to 13th. That was the cafe one. Let me show you the mega modern one. These wall dividers now are meant to match the mega modern wallpaper. And there you go, my mega modern loft.
Very, very cool. I'm so thrilled with this new item. I feel like there's so much flexibility now with rooms. There always have been. Our players are always so creative with ways they build rooms, but I can't wait to see the way they use these new ones. And that's what I was talking about. Like, look at your great bathroom that you built over to one side with that fantastic shower, and it's very private. Really cool.
Yeah, I've used these to sort of make 4 different sections in this condo: the bedroom, the living room, the kitchen area, and the bathroom, like you said. And here, I just decided not to display anything on the dividers, but they still look really nice. So the final one that you're going to be able to collect during this DIY event is the beach house wall paint, which you can use to create beach house dividers. So let's take a look at the beach house that I built using these new dividers. So there you go.
Beautiful. Oh, this is a really fun event. I'm so excited about this.
Absolutely. And you can actually use them to section off different sections, play around with their rotation, and figure out what looks good. But so the cans of beach house wall paint, mega modern wall paint, and cafe wall paint, those are only available again from May 6th to 13th. But Mandy, there are 18 different wall dividers that players can use just using the wall paint design ticket and divider from the W shop. And I've actually set up a room using all 18.
Wow.
Yeah.
This.
Let me show you what that looks like. And of course, there's 18 different cans of wall paint in the DIY section of the shop, but technically you can make 19 because, of course, we also have that white room divider. Oops.
That's right. It's funny. We had a debate, right, about whether to use the white paint, but of course, we don't want you using up one of your tickets when you don't have to. So there's no white wall paint. You can just buy the white divider and use it like that. But yeah,
exactly. It's actually close to the steel blue. This, believe it or not, is steel blue. But there are 19 wall dividers that you can make right now using those cans of paint, the design ticket and divider from the W shop. So lots of exciting room designs, I'm sure, on the horizon that I'll be able to share. Send them to me at letsbuild@kinz.com so I can share them with the news community, and I'm sure players will get so many ideas just by
I see offices with cubicles, Michael. We could
Oh yeah.
Cubicles at the office with you and Sally and Steve and me. So yeah.
There you go. Yeah. It's a great new item. All right, so there you go, Mandy. So exciting. I know players are going to come up with some great room designs using these dividers. And of course, guys, send me your room designs. You can email them to me at letsbuild@kinz.com. And of course, a reminder that our first DIY event using those dividers, those 3 special new dividers, that's going to run from May 6th to 13th.
these dividers are going to be like a game changer in the way that you can create new rooms. It's really cool.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I love that they're available all the time. It's a permanent addition to the W Shop, but of course, only during those DIY divider events will you have the opportunity to get those paint cans that are associated with our specific room themes from the W Shop. But of course, just the regular wall paint, you can use those to paint the dividers whenever you want. So Mandy, why don't we give away the code for that Webkinz Newz KinzCash Coin?
Okay, so the code, which expires on July 31st, is W246GEYSZFMDD5UE. And again, that expires July 31st, and you can enter that in the code shop, which you can find under the Things to Do menu.
Yeah, and of course, Mandy, players can sell that coin to the W Shop in order to earn 100 KinzCash, or they can keep it in their dock as a souvenir or store it in a special coin storage item. We've released a couple of piggy banks recently that you can use to store coins. And of course, on St. Patrick's Day, when you clicked on the leprechaun at the Kinsville Park, he gave you a special coin safe that you could use to store this coin if you'd like as well. Yeah, but Mandy, anybody can email us, right?
Yeah, we love hearing from you. So send us your emails at podkinz@gans.com. And if Michael and I end up reading one of your emails on a future Podkinz, then we'll send you a cool virtual gift as a reward for reaching out. So please, we love hearing from you. And of course, Michael, they'll want to subscribe, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got some great content on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Webkinz. And you can watch music videos, listen to old podcasts, watch tutorials to learn how to play Webkinz Next and Webkinz Classic. Lots of stuff there. But Mandy, it's time to end another Podkinz. This was a fun episode. Guys, thank you so much for playing, and thank you so much for watching.
Bye.
Bye, guys.